I hate to break it to you, but you can't expect someone else to see and understand your feelings if they can't even understand themselves. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a partner, a parent. If they have not seen their own emotions and acknowledged them, they won't be able to see yours, and they won't be able to hold a capacity to see and make you feel seen and heard. And they may not have the capacity to empathize with your feelings because they've been running away from their own for their entire lives. It's not a reflection of how much they care about you. They could care deeply for you. They could love you deeply, but they still may not be able to hold that space for your feelings and your heart because they have never been able to hold that space for themselves. So they don't know how to. They will not be able to understand you at your depth because they have not understood themselves. And the flip side is true too, where you shouldn't be expecting someone else to be holding all of your emotions and seeing you fully if you haven't seen yourself yet either. The flip side is true, where you need to be able to hold space for yourself. You can't expect someone else to do all of the work of holding space for all of your big emotions if you have never sat with yourself, sat in the discomfort, and allowed yourself to feel them in a safe space. If you have not sat with yourself and put your hand on your heart and said, hey, you're allowed to feel this, let yourself feel the discomfort and not hold shame around it. You cannot then go and expect someone else to be able to just deal with all of your emotions if you've never even done that yourself. And I think the narrative of if he wanted to, he would, or if she wanted to, she would, there's this narrative going around of how a partner should love you exactly how you desire for them to. But the reality is that if people have not met themselves in that way, they cannot meet you at the depth that you wish to be met at too. And the reality is that a lot of people are searching externally in partners and friends, in their parents, whoever it is, for this unmet need that they have within them. A lot of times people who wish to be seen and heard and just appreciated for who they are at their core have not given that to themselves at all. They expect other people to meet that unfulfilled need within them, when in reality, they have never given themselves permission to sit with the feelings, to accept and see all past versions of themselves and accept themselves and love themselves in that way, but yet they expect other people to do that for them. And of course, there are relationships and friendships and partnerships where you can grow and learn together. That exists, that is real, but you can't just expect someone right off the bat to see and feel and understand your emotions and feelings fully if they've been running away from theirs their entire life. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are, because we haven't really in society been taught how to feel your feelings unless your parents taught you growing up. And a lot of times parents are being parents for the first time. A lot of times they're dealing with their own unmet traumas, their own ways of being raised that they were never taught to have feelings, because I think generationally our past generations have even more shame around feeling the negative emotions. They're always taught to just deal with it. You're praised for getting over things quickly, and there's not this same stigma now where people are more focused on therapy and understanding themselves and wanting to know themselves better, and there's more of a focus around the heart and learning about what your core needs are and what your heart is. And we're still getting there. We're still not there. There's still a lot of people who hold shame around feelings and emotions, and we have a lot of work to do in that aspect. But the reality is that when you are looking to someone else to fulfill some need in you, are you being realistic about the fact that you may not be giving that to yourself? And how would it look to sit with yourself and sit with your own emotions first before expecting someone else to be able to fulfill this need that you haven't even given to yourself? And on the flip side, if you feel that you are constantly overwhelmed by the emotions of other people around you and you find it hard to connect with people because you feel that they're constantly telling you their emotions and that scares you, maybe take a look inward. Are you allowing yourself to feel your feelings, or are you running from them? Because when you stop running and when you come back and allow yourself to feel these things, you will realize that there was nothing to feel shame around, that all of these feelings and emotions are teaching you something about what you need. You are able to feel them. You're allowed to feel them. It is so human to feel, and you don't have to hold shame around that. You don't have to keep running. You're allowed to feel these things, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's hard. Allowing yourself to feel them will bring you right back to yourself in a way that is so beautiful, and you deserve that.